Argus M1 is a mid-tower PC case from Gamdias that they're targeting towards users who want minimalist style and modest elegance, but with a strip of RGB. Let's check it out and see what's good. Now, it's not the largest case, but it's not exactly small either, boasting support for up to an eATX motherboard and some water cooling. On the left, you have tempered glass that is connected by 4 thumb screws. This is pretty standard, but I would have loved to see a swinging door that comes off with ease. The front panel, that's where the magic happens. The majority of this side is plastic, but to the right of the LED strip there is more tempered glass. It is a fingerprint nightmare, but thankfully they throw in this pad to wipe it down. To add to the RGB-ness of this case, Gamdias went with LEDs around the I/O with its own button to switch it up. The RGB strip also has its own button to cycle through the lighting and effect options, but it's right next to the power button, and if you have big fingers like me, you might accidentally hit that power button trying to change the color. Also, I did notice when I tried to make it a solid color, it would blink randomly. Around back is pretty standard, except I wish they used regular inserts for the expansion slots, not the kind you have to break, even though they include 2 standard inserts in the box. Open it up and the first thing you notice is that there's adequate spots for mounting a variety of things and running cables. I wish there were rubber grommets, but since almost all of the edges on this case are rounded out, you never deal with any sharp edges. On the front, you have space for up to a 360mm radiator for water cooling. The top has space for 2 140mm fans, but no water cooling, as you wouldn't have radiator clearance space due to the motherboard height. On the bottom, you have a PSU shroud, which should aid in hiding cables, and 2 trays for your various storage drive needs. On the top, you have a magnetic air filter and another filter on the bottom for the PSU. Specs out of the way, how was it to actually build in this case? Honestly, the process was pretty straightforward. I'd initially planned on using a standard size motherboard, but the only one I had with an addressable RGB was Mini ITX. I still think it looks clean for the most part. I wish the front panel cables were heat shrink though, because they show a bit of ketchup and mustard at the ends, which could be a deal breaker to some. Cable management was pretty easy, even though this is not the prettiest you've ever seen, as there are numerous points to tie down and hide cables with no flex put on the backside door. You can see by the thermals running across the screen that there is more than enough adequate airflow that should help keep temps in line. Now, when it comes to RGB, I like the idea. I just don't know if this was the best implementation. But when it's all synced up, it does look nice, and you can coordinate it with your setup for a great aesthetic. It connects to your motherboard's addressable LED plug and is compatible with programs from most of the major motherboard vendors. I do think this is a chance they missed out on including a few of their own Aeolus fans, like those included with their Xiaomi M1 AIO. I went with my own pack of cheap RGB fans from another build, but I really do like those fans, so I'll probably switch that out at a later date. Also, that Gamdias logo, it may be the main thing holding back a pretty strong attempt at reaching modest elegance. Let's be honest, this case is for gamers, and for those who want to add some color to their Battle Station Reddit post. I've checked out a few products from Gamdias, and for real, I have to say the quality of their gear rivals other top tier brands. Right now, you can pick this case up from Best Buy for about $80, and I think it's a great option for users looking to add a bit of sauce to their build. Overall, this is a well-built case with solid airflow and the ability to go full gamer and put on a light show, or just keep it classy.